Welcome to Tales from the Caveside, where Lillian and Chris, we bought a cave house and finca on the outskirts of a small Spanish town. Follow us as we learn to renovate and create a home that we will be proud of.
Right. Hello.
Hi, welcome to another video.
Yes.
Things are progressing well, as you know.
Progressing excellently.
I know, excellently.
Yes. Yes.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank Pat and Anne from Australia, who have very, very generously sent us these pens.
Yes.
And look, it says Chris, Tales from the Caveside. And there's another one that says Lillian, Tales from Caveside. Greetings from Pat and Anne in Australia. Thank you so, so much. That is wonderful. We really appreciate them.
Yes, we very do. I just don't know how to use a pen.
We always joke that Chris doesn't know how to write. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank everybody who has very, very generously, through Buy Me a Coffee, bought us a beer.
Yes.
Thank you so, so much. You are, we're overwhelmed. The generosity is fantastic. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, we didn't know quite what to think about it, and then we got some more, and they're sort of like, wow, this is crazy.
I know, and just overwhelmed is the best description I can give. So really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Paint has arrived for the fires, so I've set Chris to work. This is the state of one of the log fires. And you see the rust on it.
Yes.
And let's see if this machine does what it's supposed to and start to get this rust off.
Yes, either that or I'll have to go and buy another thing to do.
Yes.
Which would only be a pad for the grinder, but I'm hoping this wire brush will work. We'll see. It's very dusty. I'll have to obviously wear a mask, but I'm just trying it. No, it hasn't left it particularly smooth.
Change of plan.
Yes, the wire brush attachment didn't work. It didn't leave it smooth enough. So I've got a sanding disc on the grinder. Unfortunately, you can't have the guard on, and I don't like that. But I'm going to try it and then put a mask. If it works, and obviously I'll put a mask on and an eye protection.
Yep.
That's better.
Indeed, you can see shiny metal now.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, this is going to be a job.
Yes, it is.
It'll be a long job doing this. So, pad's also nearly worn out as well, so it's going to take even longer, and we don't have another one.
We'll try and get another one ordered for delivery tomorrow. Change of plan again.
Well, not necessarily change plan.
Oh no, okay, change of tool.
Yes.
We had this lethal looking thing. It looks like it's out of a movie or something. In stock. We never used it. It's brand new.
Yeah.
It was planned for something else and then never got used.
Yeah, but it also looks a bit dangerous.
Doesn't it just?
Again, another one that won't work with the guard.
Yeah. However, it is doing the job.
So I'll just stop for a second so we can go have a look. It's working well. So it's that hot. Not necessarily it's that hot, but I'm that hot. I'm steaming the glasses up and I find it too hot with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's working. I've got to clean up all inside there and everything, get all the old ash out. I'm not going to bother with this bit. I'm going to go as close as I can, and if I feel it grabbing like it does in a couple of places, I won't go there too much.
Yeah.
And then I'll put a sander attachment on and just go there with the sander just to get near the edges. So obviously I don't want it to grab.
Chris is doing really well with this. It's looking smart. But he's struggling with some smaller areas where he can't get the grinder in. And we've just checked internet and it says that you can use distilled vinegar. So we're using cleaning vinegar and see what happens.
So I need to scrape or clean all this edge here. So I'm going to get a new rope sealer. It hasn't got any high points, so it doesn't create any pressure points on the glass. I've used a screwdriver, I've used a hand wire brush, I've used a scraper. And it's just in places, a little bit there and a little bit there, and a few other little bits and bobs where there's rust and it's a bit of a high point. So this is also a bit of a bad design on this log burner. It's got like these holes here. I don't know if they're for a style or if they're to help more heat to come out. But any muck that gets in there, dust and all whatever, stays in there. You can't get it back out again. That's a really, really bad design. But it is what it is. There's not a lot I can do about it. Now the sun's coming round, flies. So I'm going to leave it now and help Lillian back with the painting. I need to leave that vinegar stuff to soak. There, I've just cleaned that vinegar off. Show you the other side. Absolutely brilliant. I'm not painting all the inside of this because the fire will just burn it off and then it'll give horrible fumes. But it's all ready now. Well, that is absolutely amazing. The other side's all done. And this handle was stiff. I'll just put some vinegar in here and it's just bubbled rust out. And now it turns really, really easy again. It's absolutely amazing. I'd have never have thought it. So I'll just keep working it, and it's nice and loose now. So that's brilliant. Huh, vinegar. Who would have thought?
Another day, more paint.
Yes, we haven't got changed yet. Hey, it's looking good.
For sure.
It's looking really good.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It's starting to match the other side now. It looks like it's part of the same building. Still patchy areas. We've only done 3 coats on the walls.
Yes, 3 coats. Some you can tell it's really, really good, and other places it's not so good. But that's the way it is.
Yep.
So, yes, today is Thursday. Coat 4.
Indeed.
Well, this one's going to take a long time, at least for the top. The sides are brilliant. They need a quick skimming over, and the door's not too bad either. But this top, wow, it is bad. I've been about 20 minutes doing this so far. The front bits are okay. I don't know if you can get the idea, the impression of how thick the rust is on the top.
Wow, it's really eaten into it, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Right, I'll continue with this.
I'm wandering around wielding
Wielding a painting brush.
a paintbrush.
Okay, so how's it going on?
Good. Started in my usual corner.
Okay.
And work my way around. It's going on good.
Awesome. Right.
Some of this doesn't need another coat. You know, we showed on camera before when it goes really, really opaque, when it needs more. Okay. Don't know if I can show it for camera. I'll try. I stayed the same colour. It's wet, but it stayed the same colour. Oh, even that has as well.
Yeah. I think it's just the drying process of it.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, this bench was built with lots and lots of water added to it.
Yes.
So it's going to take a long time to come out.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah. And no squeaky noises in the background. Can you tell people? Our little fan finally just gave up the ghost. So we will now invest in one that doesn't squeak because it's nice and new. Because we're working into the textures where we've got some graininess here. If you do it all the same way every time, there'll be bits that haven't got any paint. So that's my way of working it in.
Yeah. Actually, I can show an example of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, over here, this wall is a bit patchy still. There's actually a section here where we've both painted, and obviously we've painted in a similar direction.
I'll put a light on and see if it shows up better.
Yeah, it will do, yeah. So, this big patch here looks like it hasn't been painted. It has, but it's just weird. As you move around here, it's hardly visible. It still is visible, but it's hardly visible compared to the other way. So that needs numerous top-ups.
Yes.
That way, that way, that way, that way, that way. Yeah. Right, let's get back on. Right, so both log burners are now ready for paint. There's no point in painting on the inside because it'll get too hot and it'll burn the paint away. Unfortunately, it's not ideal. We don't have a workshop or anywhere else to paint them, so they're going to have to be done outside. I'll get the first coat on in a few minutes. I'm just leaving the can to warm a little bit. Alright, I'm ready. Rattle cam. Hope this works. It's been a long time since I used one of these. And not in a naughty way.
Well, I am very glad to say I have broken the back of the painting. This has all now had its fourth layer. Obviously still patchy as it's drying, and we will have to see what it's like in the morning. But I think it's only going to need more in certain places. It got a fourth coat where it didn't necessarily need one. When I painted it, it didn't go opaque, so it's definitely white. Yeah, it'll just be patches tomorrow. So that's good. It's definitely starting to look the part, isn't it?
Well, the fires have dried off nicely. Unfortunately, I won't be getting any more paint because it ran out. I managed to do the fronts of the ash drawers as well, but they're out the way drying. So I've ordered some more paint. And that won't be with us for about 3 days, unfortunately. We wanted to make sure we got exactly the same one as we did before, obviously, so there's no problems with incompatibilities or so. So, right, they can stay outside, and we'll see what tomorrow brings.
So today is Saturday. Friday, yesterday, we didn't do anything on the caves. The reason being that I had ordered a skip for this weekend, for today, with a view to doing some weeding. We've got some horrible big weeds that grow that we can't kill with herbicide, etc. They have to be cut down. And because the skip came, we got a bee nub on it, and we actually did it yesterday. We were out in the sun possibly half an hour. I had to get out of it for half an hour. It was a long day, backwards and forwards, because it was so hot. But we basically half filled the skip with weeds. The skip was actually for weeds, but we also had some bags here that we started to collect up of bits and pieces from the caves, which were too big to go in the car to go to the eco park. So that was the reason for the skip. So we lost a day yesterday doing that. So today, Saturday, I will be putting another coat on this and see how far we get. It's doing really well. There's some patches still that need even more around the fire. That's possibly just because it's taking time to dry out, but it can have another coat in that case because it's damp, it will actually soak it in. And then whilst we've got the skip, it then means we'll be able to get rid of this. So, more painting for me. Dover, you here to help? You coming to help, sweetheart? He says, no, I'm getting in front of that fan. It's nice and cool. I'll get on with this. Chris is back.
Hello.
What do you think?
Awesome. It's really annoying when it dries patchy, isn't it? Even
Yeah.
after it's dried, you think, oh no, it's rubbish, but it does dry.
Yes, yeah.
Brilliant. Even better, I didn't have to do anything.
What I am going to ask you to do now is help me fold this all up and put it in the skip, because according to Tinternet, we are due a rainstorm in about an hour.
Yes.
Doesn't look like it by the weather.
No.
The internet definitely says in 1 hour, expect thunder and lightning. And we currently have
Nothing.
that. And extremely hot. I found a job for Chris. So we've just taken the decorative tape off these, which we thought we were keeping nice and clean. Look at the state of it.
Wow.
Oh, I guess somebody there.
Yeah, it's what
How dare they?
I know.
So yeah, there you go, darling. You have to take all these off and clean them.
Yeah, that's all right. All the dust in there. So, yeah, they just pop off.
Okay.
No, just need a little flat blade screwdriver, just pop in back and rip them off.
That's okay.
Then these pop off.
Also, I can't believe I covered that thinking it was clean, because everything was so much browner before.
Yeah.
That actually looked clean, and now they look awful. Loki, you're gonna remove your carpet, mate. I know you love it. Should have seen them whilst you were out. They had a mad 5 minutes of playing, and they were running around through here, stopping, and specifically doing a standing start from there, so that all this polythene was shoved all this way and round and stopped again.
You're doing it as well, mate.
He was. You were doing it, weren't you, Loki? Daft dog. Well, well, well. The weather forecast was correct. We have rain. Massive thunder. What do you think, Dover? There still were patches of blue. Can you see that? Hasn't made anything cool down either. It's just got cleggier now. What says you? Good boy. Should we just sit and watch the rain? Good lad.
Look at this. All done, all clean, all acided. Still drying out in places.
So hopefully you can tell I spent the whole of yesterday acid cleaning these floors all the way through. Where we touched up bits and we dropped some more, that's been re-cleaned. All this side has been cleaned, the new tiles have been cleaned. Everything's acid washed.
Yeah, awesome. So,
Oddly enough, these two floor areas where we actually put down, we made limecrete floors here a long time ago, very badly. They actually came up with the acid cleaning. So, I'm going to give it a go and acid clean them. And if not, I'm just going to use the same pigment that we used to actually put into the limecrete in the first place to make it coloured. And I'm just going to lime paint them. That's that one and that one.
yep, that's brilliant.
So we actually now have a visitor going to stay for a few days, 10 days. And to that end, we're going to half set up one of the bedrooms just so it's practicable, usable for family who isn't expecting what other people would expect in the future. And we're going to set up one of the bedrooms to be a nice living space.
So the person that's coming is my daughter.
Yes.
She's been before, and that was our first time here. We arrived in the December and she came in the July?
Something like that.
July or August, I can't remember. Well, since then I haven't seen her. So I haven't seen my daughter since 2019. And I haven't seen my son either, other than on video calls. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it because of work commitments.
Yeah.
So we're going to enjoy some time off from doing this. We'll do little tiny jobs, but yeah, be nice, won't it?
Yes, it will. So I'm just inside doing some bits and pieces in the cave. And how the heck of a racket going on outside? What on earth are you doing?
Me?
Oh, I see.
We wanted this step done, didn't we?
We did.
So while the skip's here, I might as well just do it quick. Or at least I thought it'd be quick. The step that was there...
There was one in front of that door there.
And that came up really, really easy.
It did. And the problem with this one is, as much as it's useful because it's quite a high step, is when we get rain here in the patio, it goes so far and it accumulates here because it can't run past that.
Yeah.
So we wanted it gone. This is just typical. Something we don't want is constructed really, really well.
I know.
Things that we did want were constructed really badly and fell apart when we didn't want them to.
This must be the most well-constructed part of this whole property.
I know. Shocking. Now I'll get a shovel.
Well, that's it, part out. I'm going to cut. I'm going to leave that there and name it.
Name it what?
Half a step.
You know blinking well that if you leave half an anything, I am going to trip over it.
I know, but it's too much hard work.
And just like that, step's gone. Just like that. Chris has sweat through, poor guy. That took some taking up, madly enough. The really good thing is the patio has continued underneath, so the step was added after the patio was put down. Good job.
Right, paint spray arrived, so I've given everything another coat. Fires look really good now. Really, really good. They're going to need another coat, but only on the sides, I think. I think the top's all fine now. The tops have had an extra coat compared to the sides as it is. So now that these fires are no longer in this little gangway corridor, we can get these lot cleaned up. Lillian's down there somewhere doing some acid in. And we've got cushion covers to put on. They got washed yesterday, so we'll get them on today as well on the seats, and hopefully they'll look a lot better. Okay, and that's the seat covers on. There is actually a little coffee table to bring in here. I do need to clean that leg a little bit more as well. There is a second chair, the same as that, but it's in here for now. Hang on. It's in there. Can use that as a little seat as well. So, we get the bed made soon. Right, done it. It's supposed to have another bed here, and this is not the bed for in here. That's for the disaster room. But yeah, I think that's quite nice actually. The greys work, don't they?
They do, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. Brilliant. That's all geared up. There's no point in putting a lamp there because as most young people, as we know, are tied to their mobile devices in one way or another. So you won't need a lamp.
We're getting even closer to being ready for Chris's daughter coming to visit. So
Not just for her.
well, no,
Getting
but
ready for everything.
appreciated, but that's imminent, so that's why this is happening quick now. All the furniture has now come out of what's going to be the dining room, and I've gone back round with the acid and I've been cleaning. This little boy is now thrilled to bits he's allowed in, because there's been a baby gate up to not allow him in because I was dealing with acid. So all this has been done. It's going to have a final mop later on. Furniture has disappeared from here. Chris has brought the fires in. They're not ready to be connected yet because they haven't quite finished drying, but wanted them in to finish drying. We found a box of DVDs So we've just picked through some to take into the house. We've got
That's
some movies to
Lillian's
watch.
favourite ones as well, look. Pitkins.
That's yours. Go on. Go on.
Norman Wisdom.
That's yours as well. That's mine.
Wayne's World.
Yep.
Thunderbirds.
These are all the ones that are not coming into the house.
Captain Scarlet.
These are the ones that are coming into the house. So, as I was saying, fire's in, coffee table's down. Again, everything's been removed from here. You get a pre-idea of what this room is going to be like when it has a bed. Those are the bedside tables, and that's the headboard for when this room is done. It's really, really starting to take shape, and it's really, really makes me happy. Finally getting there. There is a bed, all nicely made up. There's a seating area,
Yes.
etc.
And at the end of the day, my daughter will be spending time with us in the house anyway.
Exactly.
And only sleeping in the couch. So we just wanted a nice room, and then we can just pause for a few days.
Yes.
Because she comes tomorrow.
She does?
Have a few days off. Spend some time.
Yeah.
And then send her packing and get back on with some work.
Oh, you're not going to put her to work while she's here?
She's even lazier than I am. Thanks for watching Tales from the Cave Side. If you like what we do, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Drop us a like and leave us a comment. See you on the next one.